Talk to me! Glad I could help!
Interesting. Have a good one.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
You're in trouble now.
I can't cast that yet.
Let's get this party started.
That ability isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I'm out of range.
Don't touch what you can't afford. Never felt so. Let's get this party started.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Now you tell me.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast it. I need to get closer. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. Not ready. I can't cast that. That's still recharging.
Looking for something specific? See you around.
Being bad never felt so good.
That's still recharging. That spell.
Now you tell me.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Let's have some fun.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Never felt so good.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. past that yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away.
Couldn't resist, could you?
I don't have a target.
To stay ahead of the career curve, you need a degree with a destination. That's why University of Phoenix offers more than 100 online programs aligned to over 300 real-world careers in areas like business, technology, and healthcare. In fact, 83% of our surveyed students believe that their University of Phoenix education provides them with skills and knowledge immediately applicable to their career. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
And then the economy, but hold on a second. Apparently the economy's good and we just don't realize it.
Yeah, we're back to this again with Democrats just lying and saying that what you are observing and what you are experiencing, you are not observing and you are not experiencing. Democrat Representative Hakeem Jeffries, he is the top Democrat in the House of Representatives. He was on 60 Minutes. And he was asked about the fact that 2/3 of the country believes the economy was better under Trump than it has been under Biden.
I love this whole thing, too, with 60 Minutes. It's like, Hakeem Jeffries, what will be the angle? Republicans are dysfunctional, yet it seems like you're still sort of leading this thing, this whole entire group, Hakeem. You're so great. Now let's talk about the economy.
Well, that's just not the case, and we have to do a better job of laying out the facts that the economy has dramatically improved under the leadership of President Joe Biden.
But if those are the facts, why don't voters believe it? Is that a communication problem?
Voters understand that more needs to be done, that there are challenges that remain.
Okay. It's a 72-game season, and a couple of years ago, we went 10-62. Now we're 20-52, and it's improving, okay? All right, we're really good.
Oh, yeah, it's a great analogy, actually, yeah.
I mean, we're still in last.
Well, yeah.
People are unhappy, and the fan base isn't thrilled at all. But you people don't know how bad it could get again.
It sucks,
and
but
be
it
happy
sucks.
that we've come this far, huh?
It sucks less. Right, yeah. I mean, and again, I guess we haven't done a good enough job of lying to people.
Yeah, that
is essentially what he's saying.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, because I mean the idea that the economy is doing much better than it was under Trump. I mean, by what metrics are you making that claim? Because certainly there are some metrics you can look at and say, yeah, there are some fundamental things in the economy that are going really well right now. But as far as people's experiences, which is what people think of when they think of the economy, they don't think about, your Wall Street Journal editorial board dorks. They don't think about whatever economist at Brown University or whatever is saying about the market fundamentals. They're thinking about what they're paying for when they go shopping at the grocery store and what their housing situation is right now, what their energy bills are right now, how much it costs to get a new car if they need one. Those are things that people think of when they think of the economy because they're real people. They don't live in little think tank bubbles like you dorks.
If I'm to go along with the same analogy, and I think people realize this, well, it's better than under Trump. No, you see that last season that Trump was the head coach?
Yeah.
You know what happened? You made us all forfeit the season. So maybe we had 8 wins at that time, but we would have had a whole lot more had you not made him stop playing the game. That's kind of it. It's like people don't buy that. What do you mean? Biden improved at Trump's horrible job on the economy. Look at the polling. As far as people's trust in the economy, is it with Trump or Biden? It's not even close.
Well, look at your grocery receipt.
Yes.
I mean,
I know.
Try to buy a house.
Yep.
See what the mortgage. I mean, it's all these things that real people who live in the real world have to deal with day in and day out. It's not a matter of convincing.
No, I mean, for you, it's not even like the house, car. It's like beef jerky. You're like, what's that? What?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Shouldn't cost that much for beef jerky.
No, it shouldn't.
I know. Meanwhile,
make my own.
I see this headline, North Korea is the good guy. Who said that?
Oh, yeah. The part of the pro-Hamas protest going on, students at NYU had a teach-in where we learned that North Korea is actually the good guy in the Israel-Hamas war.
And the economy is doing better.
Yes.
All right, let me get this straight before we play the clip. In the Israel-Hamas war, North Korea is the good guy.
Yes.
Roll it.
So which side do y'all think North Korea supports, Palestine or Israel? It is Palestine. The DPRK has actually never recognized the state of Israel. They have always upheld the right of Palestinian people to self-determination and resistance. And this is beyond moral and rhetorical support. The DPRK has actively armed and trained Palestinian resistance for decades.
Hold on. What is she talking about?
That the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea, as most people know it as, apparently believes in people's rights to self-determination. The single most repressive communist country on the planet believes in the right to protest.
Oh my gosh.
Sure it does.
Okay, man. Where this stuff comes from.
I'll play the rest of the clip. This is troubling.
Actively armed and trained Palestinian resistance for decades. That includes the PLO, the PFLP, and the DFLP have trained troops by the DPRK.
Okay. There are a lot of issues going on. I'm sure I won't get to all of them, but just a few that are obvious. One, we know that kids in a lot of these colleges have been indoctrinated. They have no idea what's going on in the world. And when they think they know, they don't. They believe things that aren't true. That's a problem. They're getting their news from TikTok, which is doing exactly what it's supposed to do from the designers of TikTok, is influence a lot of opinions about a number of different things. And right now it's the whole Israel-Hamas war on the side of Hamas, which is crazy to think, but it seems to have worked as far as the manipulation and the propaganda. And then if we all think back to when we were, 19, 20 years old, it's almost embarrassing realizing how dumb you were at this time, but we have this society that wants to hold these people up like they're going to lead the way.
Yeah.
It's not, no. You don't have a clue when you're that age. You get wiser as life goes on with more experience. No. It's, well, we need to listen to these people because they are bright minds.
Yeah.
And they want a seat at the table, and we need to give it to them, and we need to negotiate with them.
No.
I hear some of this crap over the weekend. I'm like, well, are you joking? They're clueless. That was prime example right there from that girl.
Future leaders, I hear that all the time, too. These are the next generation of leaders. As if at 19 you're going to think the same way you think at 19 than you will at 28 or 38. You won't.
No.
Guarantee it, you won't.
And if so, there's something wrong.
Well, yeah, then you're full-blown nut job, yeah. But generally speaking, life, you grow up, you start a family, you buy a house, you go to school, you do all these things, and it just changes you. And you start looking around going, what are we doing?
Well, this is a whole other rabbit hole, but a lot of these people, don't have kids, which is a good thing at this point.
Geez, yeah.
But as they go on, they don't have kids. And I'm not talking about everybody, but for a lot of people, if you never have a kid, you never really understand responsibility.
No.
On that kind of level.
Well, that would be
and
true.
a concern for the future. All of a sudden, your worldview changes, at least for a lot of people. Not everybody. Some people remain self-consumed for a lifetime.
Well, then the cycle begins again with grandkids. I mean, you do the same thing.
Right.
Just over and over again. But to think that 19-year-old chirpy, whatever that is going to think that way when she's 29 and has 2 kids is ludicrous. Of course not.
What I would love to do is ask her if she knows how many mosques there are in North Korea. Because there is some material support for Hamas and for other organizations like it that are funneled through North Korea. And that's because, well, there is only one mosque in North Korea, and it's at the Iranian embassy. They have very close ties to Iran. So, of course, there's some exchange there. It's not about self-determination or anything like that. It's basically just axes of evil coming together for a common goal.
How are the Gays for Palestine group? How's that going in North Korea right now?
Not very well.
No.
Okay. To a surprise to no one except, well, people that only get their news from a few places, I guess. Some of Biden's biggest backers are funding the anti-Israel protests rocking universities.
No way.
To listen to this show, this should not come as a surprise at all to you, no.
Reports Politico.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
People have talked about this for quite a long time. Activist groups such as Jewish Voice for Peace. See, they always sound good.
Yeah.
Very deceptive. And in Not Now are in part funded through nonprofit networks involving leftist megadonors such as George Soros, Bill and Melinda Gates, David Rockefeller Jr., and the Pritzker family.
Sure. Yeah. The sister in particular.
Yes.
She's knee-deep in this.
Plenty. And you go through this story about, how much money these groups are getting, and they're the ones that are organizing the protests. You think these dopes are the ones that are making all the sign and giving out, the goggles and everything else?
Well, we know they bought tents in bulk. They all look alike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, again, I think that's one of those stories, what they just sort of had to report on. They were finally forced to do that. But no, it's not a surprise. And it used to be, if you brought up George Soros and how he was trying to influence things, that's anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I don't know that they could really say that anymore. They might try. I'm not sure. And then this crazy scene yesterday in this church in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the footage of that.
Wow. North Braddock, Pennsylvania, a young man walked into a church and tried to kill the pastor during the service. Video shows 26-year-old Bernard Polite walk towards the pastor, raise a gun at him, and pull the trigger. The gun didn't go off, though. Somehow, I don't know if he didn't have one in the chamber. I don't know if it jammed, but it did not fire.
Act of God.
Little divine intervention. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
That gave the pastor and another church member a chance to tackle the gunman and disarm him. Clarence McAllister, he was filming the service, and he's the guy who, when he saw the gun, ran up and tackled the guy after the gun didn't go off. I mean, he was the first there, and then the pastor comes in and starts holding the guy down and getting the gun away from him. Clarence McAllister, though, he spoke to WTAE television.
All right.
Once they raised the gun up, I jumped up, from behind, got him from behind, struggled him down to the ground. I just mainly thank God that, that nobody got hurt. That was just God. Because the possibility, one thing about a bullet gonna find some meat. And I don't care if you're aiming at a target or not aiming at a target, a bullet gonna find some meat.
I don't know that I'd ever heard that before.
I haven't either, but it's
a phrase I'd never heard, but
one of my
I
favorite
get it.
phrases of all time.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Bullet gonna find some meat. Yeah.
And the video, stating the obvious. Did it take some stones to tackle that guy from behind?
Oh, yeah.
The way he did. Wow. That was unbelievable.
Well, they also
More of that.
They found a body at that dude's home.
Oh, I heard that too. But some sort of history of mental health. I can't wait to see what the whole history
He had
is.
that vacant look in his eyes when they brought him down.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's something, man. Okay. Was it possible for Kristi Noem to dig her hole deeper? She was able to do it. We'll get to that and much more coming up right here.
Honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you.
Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing?
That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every Leaf Filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leaffilter.com/vancamp to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard.
Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/vancamp and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Pure opportunity. It's what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go farther. The opportunity is now, and it's right here in Michigan. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation is helping Michigan thrive.
Keep your valuables safe with an American-made Liberty Safe from Liberty Safes of Oregon. Don't be caught off guard by burglary or fire. Liberty Safes of Oregon offers over 40 different models to keep your cash, jewelry, valuables, and firearms safe, secure, and organized. And Liberty Safes of Oregon offers discreet delivery and installation to your home or business. Visit their huge showroom in Hubbard, Oregon with over 200 safes in stock or at libertysafesoforegon.com for easy online ordering.
From the Oregon coast to the mighty Columbia, and from the Blue Mountains to the Siskiyous, we are with you. Whether your work takes you to the field, the forest, the factory floor, or the home office, no matter what you do, SAFE is with you, helping injured workers get back to work and helping to prevent future injuries by making each workplace safer and healthier. SAFE, workers' comp that really works. Learn more at SAIF.com.
Guys, this month only, Revive Men's Health Portland offers qualified patients a free supply of ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 503-944-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Now at Banana Republic Factory, celebrate summer with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop effortless dresses, airy shirts, and more from $9.99. Find your nearest store or shop online. Only at Banana Republic Factory.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Unless you're listening to Portland's Afternoon News, here's what you're missing.
You do chips, but you prefer the snack you have with you today.
A jar of cocktail onions.
He's eating cocktail onions.
You know that barbecue you invited me to? I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm sorry. It's just my weekend's booked up.
Stay connected with the only live and local news and information program on your drive home. Portland.
To put it in the biography, which is really dumb.
Yeah.
And she's not very good on the national stage. It's actually shocking how poorly she has handled all. Now, granted, I don't know how you properly handle it when somebody says, "So, why'd you brag about killing a 14-month-old dog?" I don't know what the right way of handling it is, but
if you're going political speak, it could be something like, "Listen, I wanted to be honest about life on a ranch." Mm-hmm. Okay, and farmers and ranchers understand this. Okay, and to a lot of people, it's incredibly offensive. I understand that. But you have to understand the reality of when a dog gets into a neighbor's and then you fill in the blank and you sort of do it that way, would seem to go better than what she's done.
I think she's very concerned with being known as the tough chick.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a badassy sort of image.
Well, the time to do that was to stand up for women's sports when she didn't do it a couple years ago.
I 100% agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I 100%
that totally turned me off to her at that time.
Yeah, well, a lot of Republicans even are saying, like, okay, well, she's done. Now, she was a VP contender. That's over, okay? She was on Face the Nation, though, and Margaret Brennan, the host, hammered her on the puppy side.
Oh.
You talk multiple times about it. In fact, at the end of the book, you say the very first thing you would do if you got to the White House that was different from Joe Biden is you'd make sure Joe Biden's dog was nowhere on the grounds. Commander, say hello to Cricket. Are you doing this to try to look tough? Do you still think that you have a shot at being a VP?
Well, number one, Joe Biden's dog has attacked 24 Secret Service people. So how many people is enough people to be attacked and dangerously hurt before you make a decision on a dog and what to do with it?
Well, he's not living at the White House
That's the question that the president should be held accountable to.
You're saying he should be
That's
shot?
what the president should be accountable to, is what is the number? And I would say about Republicans criticizing me, these are the same Republicans that criticized me during COVID. They've criticized me when I've made other decisions in South Dakota to protect my state.
Stop it. No.
Yeah, just unforced error. She can still be a fine governor, but as far as, the national thing, it's cricketed. I mean, they should have asked, Christy, what's your favorite song of all time? Just curious. I don't know what she would have answered, but I have an idea.
What would it be?
Say Hello to Heaven by Temple of the Dog. Oh. Sorry, cricket.
Boom! I thought it would have been dirty old sucking dog,
Yeah, maybe. Well, for a 2 for Tuesday, that's perfect. I mean, go back and forth right there. Dang. You know what I saw over the weekend? I'm sorry, I was just switching gears. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That's one of those shows that people will just watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you even said, Scott, I'm surprised they haven't brought it back.
But then they'd have it on like 2 nights a week there for a while.
Oh, like 20 years ago?
It was so, but it was the topic of conversation at the water cooler.
Yes.
Everybody was watching it, yes.
Good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
Coming back.
Oh, okay. Bad news?
Jimmy Kimmel's your host.
That's disgusting news. Yeah.
Will they be able to make it through this entire thing without political questions hammering Trump?
Him? No.
With Jimmy Kimmel?
He can't. Trump lives in his brain. Just rattles around in there.
That's one of those things where I don't think I could watch it if he's the host.
Well, rather than bitch about him, I just don't watch.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. What a shame. All right, David. Biggest story today.
Biggest story of the day. Trump back in court. The judge has now ruled, hey, listen, mister, you got one more shot at violating the gag order. Or else I'm gonna put you behind bars.
He lied.
Yeah, he says he's gonna do it.
I think that might be great for the Trump campaign.
I think Trump wants to spend a couple days behind bars or overnight. I think he wants to, because my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does everybody have a little time?
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Get to that a little bit later. Also, the economy, how the Biden team trying to switch this around. We'll get to it. And a round of What's Your Story coming right up.
Portland's news, traffic, and weather station. FM News 101, KXL. The news in 60 seconds.
Tom from All Surface with another number for you. 2280. 2,280. That's how many outstanding reviews we have for roof repair, roof replacement, and roof maintenance across all review platforms. That's over 930 great reviews on Google, 940 on Angie's, dozens and dozens each on Facebook, Nextdoor, and Yelp, plus a handful on some obscure review sites I've honestly never heard of. The real question then isn't how many outstanding reviews, because we already know it's 2280. It's why do our customers love us so much? The main reason is that All Surface is a roof maintenance company first and foremost. We want to clean your gutters and roof regularly, make minor repairs if needed to keep it tuned up, and only replace it as a last resort when absolutely necessary. See the 2280 outstanding reviews for yourself, searching online for All Surface Roofing and Maintenance. Then give us a call. We'd love to maintain your roof. Check us out at allsurfaceportland.com. That's allsurfaceportland.com.
Oregon CCB 189489.
CBS News brief. Found in contempt of court for another gag order violation, Donald Trump has been fined another $1,000. Legal analyst Lori Levinson says the judge at the New York criminal trial admitted the fines aren't working.
It looks like Donald Trump is on his last chance. The judge has made it clear that if Donald Trump violates the gag order again, he is definitely looking at possible jail time.
Israel orders an evacuation in Rafah. Is a military incursion coming soon? The BBC's Sebastian Usher pressure.
We started to see some of the displaced Palestinians on the move again. And many of those who are moving with what's left of their belongings in black plastic bags.
Due to campus protests, Columbia University called off next week's main commencement ceremony. Across the country at USC, this student laments a similar decision there last week.
I guess I'm a little disappointed that I won't be able to walk through this gate for the final time with my parents on graduation day.
CBS News Brief, I'm Steve Kathan.
Cornell Boulevard at Cedar Hill, traffic signals are shut off for utility work. It's going to be shut off until 3 p.m. today, so keep an eye out for flaggers directing traffic there. This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your go-to destination for nonstop entertainment. Play for fun, play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus. In the KXL Traffic Center, I'm Jeff Austin.
Frequent showers, maybe a rumble of thunder and some small hail this afternoon with highs in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, the showers a little less intense, a little less frequent, a few more sun breaks, highs near 60, and then the rain is done on Wednesday. I'm KGW's Chris McGinnis for FM News 101.
Is it time to beef up your teeth? Dr. Lampy here for Teeth in 24. Patients tell me every day that they want to eat steak again. For 20 years, my implants have given patients back their smile and confidence to tear into a T-bone. If you can't eat them when I meet you, I guarantee you will with your new implants from Teeth in 24. Call now for your free consultation. Go to drlampy.com. It's time to beef up your teeth. Find out more at drlampy.com or 503-646-CARE. That's 503-646-CARE.
If you've been looking for a simple hair loss solution that works, listen up. The team and technology behind the advanced FUE, the groundbreaking hair loss treatment that's changed tens of thousands of lives, is now being offered in the Portland area. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's even backed by their industry-leading guarantee. Advanced Hair can address bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning hair, women, men, younger, and of course, wiser. Restore your confidence and regrow your own natural hair, even in places where it's disappeared for years. Celebrate Advanced Hair's arrival in Portland with 250 free hair grafts and $250 off. Find out if you qualify with your free consultation. 503-832-HAIR. I've never faced hair loss, but if I did, I'd want a simple solution guaranteed to work. And that's what you get with Advanced Hair. That's 503-832-HAIR. Or check out the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
With Ziply Fiber, you get 25 times faster uploads for 25% less than cable. For a sense of what 25 times faster feels like, here's that line, 25 times faster. And to drive home the savings, here's 25% less volume. With Ziply Fiber, you get 25 times faster uploads for 25% less than cable. And here's some time to think about why you still have cable internet. Ziply Fiber. Real great internet. Real great prices. Really. Speed comparison based on fiber gig upload compared to cable internet providers in our footprint. Savings comparison based on U.S. News article 7/21/22 showing average monthly cable package of $217.42 per month.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the millennial, the sexy boomer. That's Scott Robbins. Okay, a few different things going on. All right, let's get to this economic advisor. Yeah. Jared Bernstein?
Yeah, well, there's a new documentary out. I just want to provide the context here because he does get twisted around talking about how the U.S. government funds itself.
Okay.
But the documentary is called Finding the Money. It's about government spending and debt. The main purpose of this film is basically to argue that debt and deficits don't actually matter because you can always just print more money. This is modern monetary theory, and most economists totally reject it. They believe that, these people believe that we should print more money to tackle climate change. That's the purpose of this documentary.
Got it.
So Jared Bernstein, like a good little liberal, sat down with them to talk about this. He's the chief economist for the White House. He was interviewed for this and was asked, if the U.S. government can print its own money, then why does it borrow money from itself? Well, the easy answer is because printing more money simply devalues the currency, and that's not a solution to anything. Anyway, here's Jared Bernstein trying to explain that, and I will tell you, this is humiliating for Jared Bernstein.
Okay. You look confused, Scott.
Well, this is a very simple explanation, but go ahead.
All right.
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Oh,
they sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money.
Okay, time out. Because there's like 30 seconds left or 20, something like that. Who is this guy again?
Top White House economist.
He can't explain this.
No, he cannot.
He can't explain this.
No. No, all of a sudden, all I think is Sam Bankman-Fried would be better for us right now than this dude.
Well, probably, yeah. I mean, we may lose something with that, but, you know.
This was explained to me in an economics class when I was at Southmore in high school, very simply, very succinctly, how inflation works and why printing money is a bad idea. This knucklehead, who probably has some sort of master's degree from some frickin' financial institution of some kind, school known for it, No, he got a degree. His undergrad was in double bass, the instrument. He's a musician. Double bass?
Yeah, and then went on to get a master's degree, I believe, in social work.
Well, then how do you get this gig?
In fairness, though, I know a lot of people pointed that out, too. He's been working in the economic sphere since, like, 1990.
But he can't explain this.
But he can't explain, yeah.
Imagine that.
Just no double bass prepared him for this, okay? Anyway.
A lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to, yeah, I guess I'm just, I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about, like, because.
Now that's all of us, dude.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I don't know if this is because he's a nincompoop or because he's trying not to be rude to a person who's advocating for something so obviously stupid.
What in the world was that?
If you're an advisor,
holy cow,
you would be in a position where you have to explain things clearly. I don't understand how he could not do that there with these years of expertise.
And to stammer around.
Yeah.
In the dark with your hands out trying to find the wall. I mean, golly, man.
Yeah, you're right, David, at the very beginning. That's pretty embarrassing for that guy.
That's terrible.
Wow, man. All right. Moving on. It's that time of the show. May not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. Man, that could have been it right there.
Yeah.
What's your story today, David?
Remember that weird story out of Rio a while back where this lady, she was a mother of 6 who was seen wheeling the corpse of her uncle to a bank to get a loan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she weakened at Bernie him.
Mm-hmm.
Now she is claiming she thought he was alive.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Now again, she wheels his corpse into the bank, and she's asking questions. She wants to get a loan, and she's trying to get him to sign for this loan. But the bank staff is saying, "Well, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. I mean, these guys got flies landing on him, and she's acting really skittish. I don't really think that this lady is on the level."
If you've seen the video, he's clearly dead.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
Sunglasses and a hat on or anything?
He's just sunken down. No,
Yeah.
but it's like, well, yeah, he's just tired.
Yeah, she says...
How was he going to sign that, by the way?
She's going to help his hand.
So what she says is that she doesn't remember a lot of what took place during the trip to the bank. She's under psychiatric treatment, and she had took something called Zolpidem. It's a sedative prescribed to treat insomnia.
Dude, it's generic Lunesta.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm an expert.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Markley is your pharmacist today.
Oh, yeah.
See, Jamie, you've talked a lot about your late night hijinks of, raiding the fridge or the.
That was Ambien.
Ambien, okay.
Yeah, that's a different one. So she'll probably keep the weight down. I don't think you have as many, eating binges on the Zolpidem. The generic
calories you burn lifting a corpse into a wheelchair. And that alone.
Yeah.
It's quite the workout.
But certainly, yeah, you don't have much memory of some things.
Yeah.
I'll vouch for that. Like if you're up in the middle of the night.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's wild.
When did they discover that he was deceased?
They knew it.
Yeah, she
when they went in there.
Yeah, she went to go get him a glass of water and tried to give him water.
She kind of ran down the side of his face.
Dribbled out because he was dead.
Oh, my gosh. Brutal, man.
Golly.
All right, Scott, what do you have today for What's Your Story? Top that.
I can't. I feel like he's going home now. Good night. All right. Remember that guy, the CEO of Hims and Hers?
Oh, you talked about it last week.
Yeah, and he was out there proclaiming that, hey, you students, you brave students that are out there protesting this, don't worry about the job prospects moving forward. I want to hire you today. We admire your courage and your stamina for standing up for what's right.
Gosh.
And, of course, the stock market crashed on him. Hims went into the tank. Hers went into the tank. The company went into the tank. And then all of a sudden we get the backpedal.
Oh.
And Andrew today said, I in no way condone nor support acts of threats of violence, anti-Semitism, or intimidation.
Oh, really?
There's absolutely no justification for violence on these campuses. Every student deserves to feel safe without fear of harm or being targeted for who they are. I am deeply saddened that my support for peaceful protest has been interpreted by some as encouraging violence, intimidation, or bigotry of any kind.
Dude, you run the company. You went out and ran your mouth about how you were going to support these people. You didn't see them chanting for the Intifada and death to the Jews and death to America. You missed that?
Do you know how we got to that? We got to it because you said it.
Right.
Jackass. Golly. Everybody else's fault. They misconstrued.
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
out of
blah,
context.
blah, blah.
Right.
Shut up.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. My story today, doing this solely for Scott, because I don't know if you saw this or not. Caitlin Clark had her debut preseason, WNBA.
Yeah.
And did well. She said, I was happy with my performance. I know she scored like 16 in the first half.
Yeah.
Like that. Cries of racism. Day one.
I knew it.
Have you heard this yet?
No, I haven't, but I'm not surprised at all. I said this was going to happen.
Well, you know who else made their debut the other night, same time?
Not the
as
one.
Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese.
There you go. I thought it was I couldn't
for the Chicago Sky.
Right.
And there were, according to the stories, and this was covered all over the place. I saw Daily Mail and whatever. People were wondering, where's the Chicago Sky game? Why can I not watch that on my WNBA League Pass? Why is it this Indiana team with Caitlin Clark? This is some BS. They said this is just blatant racism.
Oh, God.
WNBA's wild, embarrassing. There's just some different tweets out there. To have Angel Reese and Camila Cordosa games on the League Pass, not have it on there, is insane. Angel Reese is one of the reasons why women's basketball is getting so much attention. But they made sure to put the white girl front and center.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them.
Yeah. Go out anywhere where there's a crowd anywhere and show them both pictures and identify that person. I guarantee you.
Angel Reese has over 6 million followers across all platforms, but WNBA wants to make it seem like only Caitlin Clark will bring in views. This is some BS.
Everything is racist, everything.
This is why I'm not going to watch the WNBA, just another racist company.
That's hilarious. As soon as the WNBA is actually getting some attention, some like legitimate attention, all these people, I'm never watching again. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yep.
I mean, okay.
WNBA doing Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso so wrong. The league is 80% black women. Why aren't they showing two of the most prolific young women to be drafted? Whiteness got y'all in a chokehold. Fire whoever is making these decisions.
I just can't anymore with this stuff. I knew it. You knew it was going to happen. And the drum will get louder and louder and louder.
It did not take long.
There's been multiple venues or multiple teams where they've changed the venue to the men's or the arena where the men's team plays because they sold out so quickly to see Caitlin Clark.
Yes. Just wait. I'm waiting for the piece. You know why?
Mega! Well, yeah.
MAGA some sort of nonsense. Yeah, there you go.
Going to ban it.
Speaking of Chicago, they had to cancel the old Cinco de Mayo parade. Do you know why? We'll get to that and much more straight ahead.
What does the future of mobility in Michigan sound like? It's the sound of new EV charging stations at our state parks. It's the sound of $17.5 billion in new investments to produce EVs and batteries in Michigan. And that's the silence of Michigan's new in-road wireless charging system. Discover all the ways MEDC is driving next-gen mobility in Michigan at michiganbusiness.org/radio.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like, 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-721-3955. 800-721-3955. 800-721-3955. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Cornell Boulevard at Cedar Hill, the traffic signals are shut off for utility work. They're going to be shut off until about 3 p.m. today. Keep an eye out for flaggers directing traffic. Gresham to Portland, westbound 84, 181st to I-5. That's going to be a 14-minute drive. Northbound 217, I-5 up to the Sunset, 10-minute ride. How about an 8-minute ride on the southbound side of 217 from the Sunset down to I-5? Speaking of I-5, I-5 and 205 moving just fine in Clark County. In the KXL Traffic Center, I'm Jeff Austin.
Showers, maybe a rumble of thunder this afternoon with a high in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, more showers with highs near 60. And then the rain is gone. By Wednesday, we've got full sunshine and highs in the upper 60s. We get a lot warmer from there. I'm KGW meteorologist Chris McGinnis for FM News 101.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there. You know, you're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
The ultimate car buying experience is at Weston Kia, Oregon's all-time leader in Kia sales. Competitive prices, a reputation you can trust. Elevate your car buying experience at Weston Kia. 1994 to 2023, Weston Kia sold more new Kias than any other Oregon Kia dealer, as reported by Kia Corp.
You come for the action. You play for the thrill. And when it comes to winning, you're here to win big. Spirit Mountain Casino. The 80K RV giveaway is your chance to own the road. June 28th, win a share of 80 grand in cash and prizes, including a new RV. The 80K RV giveaway. Only get. Spirit Mountain Casino. Elevate your game.
Listen to what Truax Builder Supply customers are saying.
I chose Truax for their installation service. I had about 10 windows replaced in an old home. The friendly installer did a very good job and kept things tidy.
Truax sells and installs the full line of lifetime guaranteed Milgard windows and Milgard patio doors. They sell security doors and make custom screen doors and windows. If you're remodeling, go to Truax. TRUAXNW.com.
CCB 21508.
FM News 101 KXL is your traffic authority for your morning commute.
Boone Bridge got a crash, right lane.
And the drive home.
Injury crash, I-84 westbound, right down near the Lloyd Center off-ramp.
We've got you covered. Stay connected with FM News 101 KXL.
Of course, basketball playoffs are here. Hockey playoffs are here. It's a great time to check out Prize Picks.
Yeah, it's the simplest way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup.
Yeah, in this playoff season, the star players mean even more on Prize Picks. Just keep an eye out on the starred players. They're right there on the board. You could receive 10% payout boost if you have the winning lineup.
Prize Picks also offers injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured.
So if you have a player who leaves the game in the first half, doesn't come back for the second, Prize Picks has your back and will not count that as a loss.
Yeah, if you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000.
And all you have to do is pick more or less on the stat projections of at least 2 players.
You don't have to worry about messing around with all these lineups or anything with Prize Picks. It is really simple.
That's why more than 5 million people have downloaded the app.
So just download the app today. Use code MVCR for a first deposit match up to $100.
That's code MVCR on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100.
Pick more, pick less. Prize Picks.
Okay. Chicago had to cancel the old Cinco de Mayo parade yesterday.
This really irritates me.
Because you were going to go?
No, I'm not going to go, but I mean, it's just the idea that we're just acquiescing and bending the knee to these weirdos who decide they're going to cause trouble or protest or whatever.
This wasn't protest.
I know, but it was gang violence they were afraid of.
Yes. Yeah. I figured if Kansas City couldn't keep the old Super Bowl parade and celebration safe, Chicago's like Cinco de Mayo, a lot of gangs. We've heard some word on the street. This probably isn't good. Yep. Sorry. Grand closing.
I know. It's just crazy.
Yes.
Rather than deal with it and deal harshly with it and stop it.
Out of an abundance of caution to protect the safety of all in attendance, including families and children.
I mean, I get it, but geez.
No, you don't get it. You are ticked off. You said, not in my America.
But I get why they do it, but it's just irritating that it has to be done. It just is.
I know. If you were tough on crime to begin with,
just let them win. Yeah.
Yes. I think that is true. Chicago Police Department said in a statement this decision was made in agreement with the 10th District, elected officials, and parade organizers following gang violence in that area. Yes, it's just a tough situation. A lot of cities have had to deal with this, not so much with a Cinco de Mayo parade, but some sort of city party, a 4th of July celebration, something like that. Because you've had all of this violence in the past few years, now what are you going to do? Do you feel like you can protect the citizens? And when cops are saying, I don't know that we can.
Right.
It's, just got to be tougher on crime, it would seem.
What I always wonder, though, is, and I'm not talking about the elderly ladies or gentlemen who live in those neighborhoods and have lived for a long time. I'm talking about the younger people who are not part of the gang scene. Where the hell are they in standing up for their community, too? I understand, like, you can talk about the city government all you want. I get that, and they are primarily to blame for allowing these animals to terrorize communities like this. But where's the pride in your own community to just sort of say, you know what, I'm going to start handling stuff?
I think you're afraid.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to get the beating next, or worse.
I mean, are you saying, like, where are these people to, take action against the different gangs themselves?
Well, that or raise a stink about it.
Well, I think they're always asking for more police around those areas. I don't know. I mean, it's all anecdotal, as far as what you hear. And I've known some people that have lived in rough neighborhoods, and one of the reason Well, one of the reasons they were living in the neighborhood was sort of to try to turn it around. So they were trying to get more police presence there. But then you run into the problem of, well, you're profiling. That's not cool. You're not supposed to do that. But if you fight against the gangs yourself, your family may end up paying the price for that.
And they used to have cops that moved into those neighborhoods.
Yes.
Yeah, they'd have a cop that would move somewhere, and then, of course, that was deemed racist at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get your family out of there, and you do, well, if you're white, they're going to call it white flight.
Sure.
And if you're black, it seems like they call that, well, that's just moving on up. That's just progress. I mean, this is why this problem will continue to happen until they get tough on crime.
No, I agree.
Did see this. There was a survey done. Things that make people more attractive. Okay? You already don't believe it. I can tell by the look on your face.
No, I'm just always curious about these sort of things. Yeah.
Kindness.
Okay.
Empathy. And for some people, when they're looking to date someone else, being on good terms with their ex.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't trash your ex, I think that's
what they said. This is controversial, but, you know, some people said it looked favorably on people who are friends with their exes. Or at least don't talk unreserved, you know, crap about them. That sort of thing. Yeah, but then you'd miss out on all the old psycho stories, wouldn't you? Yeah. That's always fun. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robert Show.
Pure opportunity. It's what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go farther. The opportunity is now, and it's right here in Michigan. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation is helping Michigan thrive.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Ah, springtime, the season of renewal, growth, and fresh beginnings. But wait, is your garage door ready to embrace the beauty of the season? Whether it's a springtime tune-up, a stylish upgrade, or a complete replacement, Overhead Door Company of Portland is here to help. Since 1929, we've been servicing our community with garage doors, accessories, and services. Overhead Door Company of Portland, overheaddoorpdx.com, CCB number 43444.
Quality, integrity, service, and safety, the original Overhead Door.
Can happen in an hour. We're here to make sure you don't miss a thing.
From the Pacific Office Automation Studio.
KXL-FM.
Portland. Vancouver. Salem.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. Breaking news from overseas. Hamas has announced it has accepted a ceasefire proposal from Egypt and Qatar. There's been no word on that from Israel, which earlier today issued an evacuation order in Rafah ahead of what could be military action in that city in southern Gaza. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Israel began calling on Rafah residents to evacuate.
Nobody has a clear path where to go. There is no advice on where to go. There is no safety to be led to. So in each circumstance, in each family now, it's a lot of panic and a lot of chaos.
Louise Wateridge of the UN's Palestinian Refugee Organization says confusion reigns.
And as people start to move, the panic is going to spread.
Donald Trump has been warned again at his New York criminal trial as the judge fines him for another gag order violation and finds him in contempt of court. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
This time, the judge gave him one more chance by only fining him $1,000. But the judge said very clearly to him, next time I must consider jail time.
Well, CBS's Katrina Kaufman reports on the stand today at the trial. Former Trump Organization Controller Jeffrey McConney.
We're also starting to see the prosecution tie this directly to Trump and show that he had knowledge of the payments. McConney even told us about how they had to create this whole new process because in order to pay him from Trump's account, they had to send checks to the White House. Trump had to sign them. They had to be sent back to the Trump Organization, and then they had to be sent to Michael Cohen. So we're really starting to see all of these connections here.
Well, Columbia University, flashpoint for campus protests in this country over Gaza, today called off next week's main commencement ceremony. The seniors not surprised by the move.
A bittersweet ending to a bittersweet start. We also had our classes online and no high school graduation ceremonies.
4 years ago during COVID. Kansas and Oklahoma are in the middle of a severe storm zone for later today. Strong winds and hail possible. Well, the past year has seen highs and lows for Britain's royal family.
God save the king!
Who'd have thought that 1 year after the crown was placed on Charles's head, he and daughter-in-law Kate would be undergoing treatment for cancer. A surge of sympathy may help explain why all the senior royals have seen their popularity improve in the past year. With one exception, Meghan's approval rating remains unchanged at 25%. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Checking Wall Street. Right now, the Dow is up 94 points. NASDAQ is up 120. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance.
I'm Grant McHill in the FM News 101 KXL News Center. And purely gas-powered cars and trucks may someday be dinosaurs in a lot of states. Mitch Elliott says that includes Oregon and Washington.
Both state legislatures may follow at least a dozen states and take up the notion of either copying California by either restricting or outright banning the sale of combustible engine vehicles. NerdWallet reports these states are gradually increasing the percentage of electric vehicle options new car dealers are allowed to have on their lot. The company behind Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat, and Jeep has pledged to have electric vehicles make up half of its North American sales by 2030. While more new cars would be electric, there would still be plenty of older gas vehicles on the road, and used car sales would not be affected by the ban. Mitch Elliott, FM News 101.
Traffic and the forecast in a minute on FM News 101 KXL.
Always stay connected by streaming us at KXL.com.
Is it time to beef up your teeth? Dr. Lampy here for Teeth in 24. Patients tell me every day that they want to eat steak again. For 20 years, my implants have given patients back their smile and confidence to tear into a T-bone. If you can't eat them when I meet you, I guarantee you will with your new implants from Teeth in 24. Call now for your free consultation. Go to drlampy.com. It's time to beef up your teeth. Find out more at drlampy.com or 503-646-CARE. That's 503-646-CARE.
Tired of your worn-out bathroom? Cracked, moldy tile? You can get a new tub or shower conversion completed in just 1 to 2 days by Miller Home Renovations. It's Veronica from Portland's Morning News, and I just love this local company. Miller has remodeled thousands of bathrooms since 2008. And right now, qualified buyers make no payments, pay no interest if paid in full within 18 months. Plus, get a lifetime warranty on materials and labor. For out-of-this-world service and down-to-earth prices, go to MillerHomeRenovations.net now.
CCB number 183891.
Frequent showers, maybe a rumble of thunder and some small hail this afternoon with highs in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, the showers a little less intense, a little less frequent, a few more sun breaks, highs near 60, and then the rain is done on Wednesday. I'm KGW's Chris McGinnis for FM News 101.
Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Thank you very much for being here. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. We're 6 months away from the election.
Yeah.
And some people are getting very nervous.
Oh, my gosh.
Including John Carl, who's nervous every day.
ABC's,
John Carl, yeah.
Yeah, he works for ABC. He is one of the guys who will anchor ABC's This Week from time to time. He is he's a nervous little pup, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He opened up the Sunday show by wetting his pants on camera again.
Oh, boy.
For as long as I've covered politics, politicians have said this will be the most important election of our lifetimes. They said that no matter how high or low the stakes actually were. Election Day 2024 is exactly 6 months from today, and this time, the divisions in our country are so vast and the choice so stark, there's little doubt this really is the most important election of our time. No more crying wolf. This is it. In a lengthy interview with Time magazine, the man who still refuses to accept the results of the last election refused to say whether he would accept the results of this one. And the man who saw his supporters attack the Capitol 3 years ago said there would not be violence this time if he wins. To be clear, Trump says no violence if he wins. All bets are off if he loses.
Yeah, what Trump really said was like, well, it depends. It depends on how the election is handled. And,
if he would accept it or not.
Yeah,
if it was fair.
And I happened to be going back for something else. I was going back and looking at some of the old file footage that I have in the archive, and sometimes it's easy to forget how many riots there actually were when Donald Trump was elected. Like on
crazy.
Inauguration Day, like 2 blocks away from where Trump was speaking.
Yes. It happened. I mean, we saw it in Portland. We saw it in different cities. And people were freaking out. But I mean, no, they're not going to go back to that. It's not part of the narrative now. It's just full-blown fear that if this guy wins this time, oh my gosh, it's the end of democracy. Well, and of course, they don't explain that.
That's the company line, yeah. I also noticed they shoot John Carl now from the waist up, so you can't see him.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it's getting a little embarrassing.
Right.
They also have him sitting down now because it's a slip and fall hazard.
Right, exactly. Well, that's true, too, yeah.
And we can get to this later if you want. Did you hear his interview with Tom Cotton about all the protests at the college campuses?
I didn't hear it.
He was really offended that Tom Cotton said Little Gazas.
No.
He's like, no, that's what they're calling it,
yeah.
John. Well, it just seems like you're so flippant.
Oh,
when you say that. Oh, my gosh, really?
I know. And this guy wrote a book condemning Trump.
Of course.
You know, he's out there every weekend still hanging on. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Right down the middle, impartial journalist.
Oh, yeah. And so you got all these protests. And all these people, you know, talking about ceasefire, everything else. You knew it wasn't going to happen. Netanyahu has been clear from the get-go. We're going in to get Hamas. And now you've got Gazans having to move to the north. They've put the warning out. Hey, we're going to come in. We're going to root out the rest of the remaining parts of Hamas and Rafah. So just know. And then you got more freaking out. And so now Biden has delayed an ammo shipment to Israel?
Yeah, Biden administration last week put a hold on a shipment of U.S.-made ammo to Israel. This is a report in Axios, and it's the first time since the October 7th terror attack that the U.S. has stopped a weapons shipment intended for the Israeli military. Nobody as of yet has commented as to why they did it, although I think it has something to do with voting and voters in Michigan, but I don't know. Can't say that for sure. That's certainly what it seems like. I mean, it's kind of weird. I know they're 2 different conflicts, but with Ukraine, it's like if you even question the amount of money that we're sending there or the supplies we're sending there, if you even question the wisdom of this policy towards Ukraine, you are a pro-Putin stooge.
100%. That's right.
Now it's like, well, we got to see what they're doing. Now, Hamas is saying that they have accepted the terms of an agreement or of a ceasefire deal that's been brokered between Egypt and Qatar.
Is that just within the last few hours?
Yeah.
That's like in the last 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because all of a sudden they're like, okay, it's imminent. They're going in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It just always seems like a stalling tactic to me with these guys.
It does.
Just
60.
Yes. Oh, and listen, man.
Don't let anything stand between you and performing at your best.
Because it's been
here we're running.
devastating, obviously. And at the same time, they're saying you guys have to go north now. This is imminent. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Going into Rafah, you're going to have to go north. And people say, well, you already made them go to the south. Yes, because they have to go in and root out Hamas. Remember who put Hamas in power? It was these people. They're giving them a chance. It's not a genocide. But do you think our legacy media is alerting anyone to that? Well, obviously, this is not a genocide if they're saying, hey, all of you people, like 1 million, you're going to have to leave here. And we're trying to get you supplies, but the people you elected keep getting in the way and taking all the food and firing bullets at you when you're just trying to get something to eat. At some point, maybe you'd stop trusting these people. I don't know.